Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude. And hey, if you haven't already, go ahead, hit the like and subscribe button. What we do here is college football videos every single day and sometimes college basketball videos, especially since March Madness is rolling around. Don't forget to go check out my Patreon page. We have a wider selection over there. And don't forget about my PayPal contest. And the person with the highest donation at the end of this month wins a brand new 42-inch Roku Smart TV worth $300. Now, to all of you non-West Virginia subscribers, you're more than welcome to stick around. But this one right here, it's going to be a West Virginia video. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that. And what I wanted to talk about on this video is the tenure of Bob Huggins as the head coach of West Virginia basketball might be coming to an end. Not just by me, but from Bob Huggins himself. Now, let's look at his tenure at West Virginia. First 5 years he was at West Virginia, we were in the Big East. Big time success. Outstanding success. His first year, 07-08, we went 26-11 with a Sweet 16 loss to Xavier. 08-09, 23-12, first round loss to Dayton. 09-2010, that was a magical year. 31-7, Big East champs. Final Four loss to Duke. And we were probably a Deshaun Butler injury away from getting to the national championship, possibly winning the national championship. 2010, 2011, 21-12, second round loss to Kentucky. In 2011-2012, we went 19-14, second round loss to Gonzaga. Now, we transitioned into the Big 12 in 2012-2013 season, and immediately we felt the effects. 13-9, no NCAA tournament. 2013-14, same thing. 17-16, no NCAA tournament. We did get to the NIT, but in 2014-2015, we went 25-10. But we lost to Kentucky in the Sweet 16. That's when Kentucky was thought to be unbeatable, except Wisconsin knocked them out in the Final Four. 2015, 2016, 26-9, first round loss to Stephen F. Austin. I remember that loss. It sucked very badly. 2016, 2017, 28-9, lost to Gonzaga in the Sweet 16. 2017, 2018, 26-11, lost to Villanova in the Sweet 16, the eventual national champions. And if you go back and look at that tournament, West Virginia played Villanova the best out of anybody, including Michigan in the national championship. 2018, 2019, 15-21, no NCAA tournament. 2019, 2020, we went 21-10, but nobody went to the NCAA tournament. It was, canceled. Then last year, 2020, 2021, we went 19-10, second round loss to Syracuse. So far this year, we are 14-10, and we are very much in danger of missing the NCAA tournament. You know, we beat Iowa State. I thought we were turning a corner, went on the road, and we laid an egg against Oklahoma State. And I thought they were an inferior team. I thought that was a must-win for West Virginia to get into the tournament. Well, the biggest problem in that game was, rebounding. They out-rebounded us by pretty much double, so that didn't help us at all. This year, we averaged 68.1 points per game. That's 263rd in the nation. That's not good at all. We allow 66.4 points per game. That's 107th. That's a decent defense, but not elite. Not enough to make up for the offensive or lack of offensive production. And on top of that, next year we lose Taz, Sean, Malik, and Gabe. A few others, but those are the big names. So, next year might be another rebuilding year for West Virginia. Now, what makes me say that Bob Huggins himself is saying this could be the last year? Well, whenever they lost to Oklahoma State, that little interaction with Gabe Osabuehin, they kind of yelled at each other. Bob Huggins said, "Get off the court." After that, you know, he was not pleased with his team's production, and he said, "This is not the way I want to go out." I know that can be interpreted into a bunch of things like, this is the way we don't want to go out this season, you know, not getting to the tournament. But more importantly, this isn't the way that he wants to go out in his career. Now, he's been coaching for a very long time. Here is their remaining schedule. At Kansas State, who's 13-11. They get Kansas at home, who's 20-4. At TCU, 16-6. At Iowa State, 16-9. Texas at home, 18-7. At Oklahoma, 14-11. And TCU at home, 16-6. Man, that is a brutal way to finish the season, especially when you're trying to play your way into the NCAA tournament. 9 short games ago, West Virginia was 13-2, but they went on a 7-game losing streak. They did beat Iowa State, but then they lost again to Oklahoma State. So things changed drastically 9 games ago. So this is not good. Now, realistically, in my eyes, West Virginia would have to win at least 5 out of their last 7 games to have any shot to make it into the big dance. We have to beat Kansas State on the road. A Kansas win at home would be great, but it's not 100% necessary. On the road, TCU, must win. On the road, Iowa State, must win. Texas at home, I would say must win. Maybe we could put up with the loss to Oklahoma there at the end on the road, but then TCU back at home, we need to sweep them. So we can only afford 2 losses, and that's still stretching it. That's still not safe. We would still need probably 1 or 2 wins in the Big 12 tournament. So, all is not lost. Even if we don't hit those 5 wins in the remaining part of the schedule, I mean, we could still win the Big 12 tournament. But I don't see that happening. I just don't. The matchups are not there for West Virginia to win. I mean, things would have to fall exactly into place. So the big question is, number one, will Bob Huggins leave after this season? If so, who could we get to replace Bob Huggins to not, fall off a cliff, to climb back upwards? A lot of people said maybe the game has passed Bob Huggins. I wouldn't say that as much. I just think the game has changed in a way that doesn't benefit the way he coaches. He does coach old school. Defense, the main priority, and shooting kind of secondary. Well, the game is not like that anymore. I mean, you could say that in basketball and football. It is all about offense. So he needs to figure out a way to adapt to how the game is now and recruit better shooters and coach up those shooters. Otherwise, yeah, maybe the game has passed him by because the way we're playing right now is downright pathetic. We're not doing good at all. And we're playing our worst basketball at the worst time of the year. This is not when you want to play your worst basketball. You want to get that out of the way at the beginning of the season. It was the complete opposite of West Virginia. In fact, at the beginning of the season, I was like, this is not a tournament team. We're not getting to the tournament. Well, then they built my hopes up, went 13-2. I'm like, hey, not only will we get into the tournament, but we might be a high seed. Yeah, not so much. Then we go on to lose 8 of our last 9 games. That's not good. That's not going to cut the mustard. So here's the overall picture of Bob Huggins since he's been at West Virginia. 14 years. He's been here 14 years, but this is year 15. This will be year 15, but we're not going to count this year right now. So in 14 years, here's what he's done at West Virginia. 1 Final Four and 4 Sweet 16s, but 10 NCAA tournament appearances. I think that's pretty good. Some people have higher standards than that. Guys, this is not Kansas, okay? This is not Kentucky. This is not the Blue Bloods. This is West Virginia. That's pretty good. I like what Bob Huggins has done at West Virginia. He built West Virginia into a brand when it comes to college basketball. But right now, things are not going the way that he wants to. I want Coach Bob Huggins to go out on a high note. If he does plan on retiring at the end of this year, we have to get to the NCAA tournament for him. If not, Bob, you got to stay one more year and get us to the dance one more time before you call it quits in Morgantown. That's just the way it's got to be. You're a Hall of Fame coach, one of the all-time greatest. You can't go out in a losing way. It just can't happen. We all know that this is Coach K's last year. Duke is definitely getting to the NCAA tournament. They could go to a Final Four. They're looking really good right now. But for Bob Huggins, it's not looking good. So, if we get to the NCAA tournament this year, then I'm okay with him retiring. But if not, guys, we got to figure out a way to get back to the dance before Huggy Bear retires from West Virginia. It's the right thing to do. Can't send them out in a losing way. That would be so disrespectful. So the players need to buckle down and get this done. I know it's tough. I know the odds are stacked against you, but dig down deep. Play for the coach. I know even Gabe Osabuehi, you had your little altercation with coach, but he's only looking out for your greater good, okay? He's your guy. Play for him. Play your hearts out. You got to rebound better than what you did against Oklahoma State. Rebounding is key for West Virginia because we're not great at shooting the ball. We need those second chance points. So do your job, rebound the ball, get those second chance points, and get Bob Huggins back to the dance before he retires. Y'all let me know in the comment section what you think about Bob Huggins. Is it time for him to go? And even if we don't get to the NCAA tournament, should he still call it quits? In my opinion, no. We have to get back to the dance one more time before he calls it quits. Anyways, that's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.